Hola, boa noite. Carl Munson here with the Portugal Show, the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club. In fact, so let's bring on Greta over there in Alvazra. The Austins are here. Rachel and Frank.
Hi, everybody.
Penny's here. And Mr. Perkins is probably asleep on the sofa, but will join us soon, I hope. And it's my great pleasure to share the screen tonight with our principal taster tonight, Linda. First time in this chair, Linda. How's it going?
Okay, thank you. A bit nervous, but let's see how it goes, shall we? Yeah?
I'm sure you'll be fine, and a few sips of fizz will calm the ball, won't it? I think I think there's a layer of anticipation with this beautiful bottle that you've chosen. Absolutely.
Yes.
And Mr. Perkins is here now, so we say good evening to him. Oh, there he's in the dark. Put some money in the meter, Neil.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. A voice in the dark at the moment. It's Frank shaking his head.
He's stuck in that man cave.
He's in his man cave, isn't he? I'll just mute you for a moment. Oh, no, I don't need to. He's here now, everybody. Mr. Neil Perkins. Neil and Tejo.
Evening, Neil.
Hello, Neil.
Evening, all.
Hi.
Great to see you. If you haven't joined us before, this is our adventure throughout and around Portugal, a wine-based adventure. This is this number 19? Tasting number 19, I think it is, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
On our journey. So over to you, Linda, to tell us a little bit about this beauty. Okay.
So this wine is from the Cooperativa Agricola de Tavora, and it's an espumante. I've got the gold label. Some people might have the green label. But they both taste as good as each other. Now, apparently there is a recommended way of opening the bottle. So I'm going to hand the bottle to my assistant here. And what they say is that you should take off the cage.
Sorry.
Okay. Should we all follow you through that?
Yeah.
This is apparently the way to do it.
You've let your assistant out of
it. So you have to take the cage off, loosen the cage. You have to take the cage off, don't you? Yeah. Put your hand on the cork. So you're holding the cork into the bottle, and instead of twisting the cork, you twist bottle, and you should get.
Bang.
It's very lively.
You should get. Listen for it. You don't want to pop. You want to hiss.
Oh, really? I've met your type before.
And then.
Oh, it's coming out in my hand.
You've never had it coming in your hand before.
You didn't hold the cork down, perhaps.
Look at Neil. He's doing it properly.
By the way, Rita did an 80-kilometre journey to get your wine today.
Oh, wow.
You've done it.
Brilliant.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done. Good effort, that man. Over to you.
Right. So now we'll pour a little into the glass. And you should only ever pour about 2/3 up the flute, because apparently if you pour too much in, then you don't get the bubbles. So there you go.
Also, I found out that you're not supposed to touch the bottle and the glass, and that's because champagnes and wines are stored in dusty cellars, and you don't want a load of dirt dropping in your glass.
Wow.
That's what I read anyway. So,
yeah.
You take the glass, tilt the glass.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Take it to about there.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So.
So while we're doing that, everyone who's watching is very quiet tonight. So do say who you are and where you are, and if you're joining us with the said brew. Yes, here we go. Look, Xander's here. Hola, everyone. Not drinking tonight, still eating too many painkillers, but have come along for the ride. You're very welcome, Xander, and get well soon with the op there. Yeah, who else is here tonight? Sorry, Linda, back to you.
Right, I was just going to tell you a little bit more about the process of making a wine like this. I'm going to have a sip because it might, as it sits in the glass, the taste might change a little. So everybody take a sip.
So, chin chin.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So espumante, this particular wine is made in the classic tradition, which means that it's double fermentation. So when the wine is is in the bottle for the second fermentation, what they do is they gradually tilt the wine bottle. So it's sort of at an angle with the cork down here, and they tilt it so it gradually is upright like that. And the cork is at the bottom, so that all the sediment drops down into the neck of the bottle. And once the wine is ready, which could take 12, 15 months, they then freeze the neck of the bottle, and the bubbles force out the frozen bit where all the sediment is, and then they then put a little bit of sweetness, a sweet wine, into the espumante, so it gets the dry, semi-dry sweet. And they put the cork in, and then they leave it until it's ready to drink.
Because that's how champagne's made as well, isn't it?
That's how champagne's made. So it's espumante made in the classic tradition, which this is made the same as champagne.
I had no idea. Yeah, I was told about that at the Alianza Museum, and that is such a labor-intensive process, isn't it? Each bottle has to be dealt with in that way. It's not a matter of fermenting a wine, putting it into the bottle, putting a cork in, and the job's done. This is really labor-intensive stuff, isn't it? And it's incredible value considering that.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. So I'm going to take another taste and see what it's like. Nice. So we'll now move on to the wine producer, the Cooperativa Agricole do Tavora. Excuse my pronunciation. Now, this producer is located between the Douro and the Douro regions. So they're quite high up, and they're based on granite and limestone soils. And Carl's just brought up their webpage. So the high altitude is very good for white wines in particular, and also for growing apples. And unusually, this wine producer also grows apples. They have 1,000 hectares of vineyards and 300 hectares of apple orchards. And they grow several well-known varieties of apples, as well as several very nice espumantes and other wines. Now, this particular wine that we're drinking with, the gold label, it has won a gold medal award. That was about 2016. And last year, they also won a gold medal award for their Rosé Espumante. And that they've won other awards for their white wines, but just because we're drinking the Espumante, I thought I'd mention that. Okay. All right. So would you like me to do the tasting notes for the wine?
That'd be great.
Talk about the flavour yourself. Does anybody want to make a comment about the wine?
Linda, what is the difference between? We've got the green one. What's the difference between the gold one and the green one?
The gold one is made with the Verdelho grape, and the the green label is the Malvasia fina grape. So they're just two different grapes.
What has everybody got? Just out of a matter of interest, Carl, you got the green, like the gold label.
I'm on the gold, yeah.
And Frank's got the green label. Penny, what have you got? Was yours the green or the gold?
I think I've got the gold, but I can't see this light now. I might have to put my lights up. I thought I got the gold, but looking at the label, it looks more green than gold.
Maybe it has. And Neil, what have you got? The gold or the green?
The green.
So you're gonna have to do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do the green first. The tasting notes for the green label, which is the Malvasia fina grape. According to the website, it should have a clean appearance, fine and persistent bubble, slightly cyan colour with straw tones, intense exquisite aroma of Malvasia flowers,
Whatever that is.
and distinct acidity contributing to a full presence.
What was the grape of the green one, Linda?
Malvasia fina.
Oh, I have got the green. I thought I'd been clever and got the gold, but I haven't. I've got the green.
That's okay. The gold label is quite hard to get hold of. I think a lot of the supermarkets and that's just sell the green label.
We do the gold.
Yeah. So for the gold label, the tasting notes are fine persistent bubble, citrine colour with golden tones, intense aroma, floral and citrus notes, touch of tropical fruits, vibrant acidity which gives freshness and a persistent finish.
That's pretty much on the button for that one. I actually prefer, my personal choice is the green one because it's different from this one. I think the green one has got a slightly deeper taste. It's a more sort of how can I say stronger taste. This is very light, very sharp, very refreshing. Whereas the green one has got a more deeper flavour to it. But they're both nice in my book. So you know, what do I know?
I like this one.
Yeah.
The gold, is that, Linda?
I like the gold because it's got a nice. I like the taste of the grape. It's very fresh and light, and I like that flavour.
We tried the rosé one as well, didn't we?
Yes. That wasn't my favourite actually. The rosé.
The rosé one was very dry. If you like a dry sort of fizzy wine, then that's what the driest of them all, I think.
Yeah.
Any comments? Let's go with some comments, shall we?
Yeah. Anybody got anything to say about the wine? Do they like it?
I think
I
it's
really like it. I think it's crisp. It's got like a little bit of fresh apple kick to it. I really like it.
It's the perfect wine for a summer day, like when you're outside having lunch. I love it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Really.
It's
Good
I
pick,
thought
good pick.
thought it was a good wine to have as well, sort of like as Christmas is coming, because it's quite a festive drink, I think.
I think I saw somewhere in the tasting notes that I read that there was a bit of toast to it, which, you know, like champagne, but I'm not getting that. But it's quite appley and it's nice and dry. It's really nice.
Yeah.
You're a Prosecco fan for sure, aren't you, Penny? Side by side with Prosecco, what's your? Does it challenge your fondness for Prosecco at all?
It could do actually, because it's quite nice and dry, and I like a dry. I really do like a dry one. It's very appley. I actually really like it. What sort of?
I don't think this one's as dry.
What sort of terra is it grown on?
Sorry, Penny.
What's the ground it grows in? This grape?
It's granite and limestone, but don't forget they do grow apples as well. So I think you know you could get the sort of like the links from the apples into the grapes.
It's got a taste that reminds me a little bit of Fiano, the Italian Fiano grape, which is grown on the sort of volcanic.
Right.
So Mount Vesuvius around there. It's just got a very, very slight bit of that to me as well, but not as strong as Fiano. But
Yeah.
I think yours has got a bit more of a floral twang to it, Penny, which is what I like. It's got a slightly deeper, more floral. This is very light, very citrusy. It's still quite dry.
Yeah.
But yours has got a bit more of a deeper sort of floral flavour to it. If memory serves me right.
It's very nice. I would be able to tell it from champagne, but it's really nice.
Floral twang, I like that. Mr. Perkins.
I'm not I'm not saying I'm not a fan of champagne. I am, but it just makes me a bit squiffy. So I have to be careful how much I drink of it. I can definitely get the apple tones from it. It almost tastes like a very light cider. It's fairly medium dry, I would say. It's certainly not sweet. I would say medium dry to medium sweet. The difference is, I think, with champagne is I find this extremely gassy. Champagne tends to have a lot more, but extremely fine bubbles. It's aerated. But when I'm taking a mouthful of this, I'm getting a huge amount of gas because the bubbles seem to be a lot larger. But saying that, very drinkable, very pleasant, but very gassy for me. But nice, enjoying it.
Do you feel festive?
Not yet. Ho ho ho. No. By saying that, Rita's brought the Christmas decorations today for the table and asked if she could put the tree up, and I've said no.
Oh, you're miserable. This might change. Rita, ask him again in half an hour.
Carl said ask me again in half an hour. Yeah.
We'll see how that turns out. Linda, I thank you for this tonight. I'm really enjoying it. I felt in the last few days that red, Neil, that you recommended, the Figueira, I can't remember.
The Figueira Premium Silver Label.
Really good. Really good. And
good, isn't it? It's very good.
Yeah, really nice bottle of wine last night after the election coverage. But I feel like I've been drinking a lot of red wine recently.
You have?
And I have. It's because I have. And
I haven't seen you without a glass in your hand this week.
All right.
And that includes your breakfast show.
Guilty as charged. And that is why this is such a welcome break from red wine. And I really get it. I'm feeling, that red wine, autumnal, there's that sense of sort of full-bodiedness and wholesomeness that you get with red that you want from red. And tonight, I'm thinking this is like after the election coverage, after looking at the streets of London tonight, I'm quite shocked. I'm thinking I'm going a bit ab-fab here, and we're drinking fizz, and it puts you in a different mood, doesn't it? And it's a really welcome mood.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Lift to the senses and the atmosphere right now. Bang on, spot on. Not just this specific espumante, which is lovely, but the decision to take us down this route of trying a fizz and putting us in that kind of fizz area, spot on. Really liking it. Thank you, Linda.
Yes,
Penny, are you? Sorry, Penny. Are you a champagne drinker, Penny?
When I can afford it. Well, we're making champagne at the moment, so I've got a cupboard full of champagne on its first fermentation.
You can't make champagne. That has to come from unless you've moved to the Champagne region of France.
Well, I know, but it is champagne by any other name. I've got Pinot Noir and Chardonnay growing in the garden, 2 of the champagne grapes, which I planted about 4 years ago. So we did our first harvest this year. So it's bubbling away. First fermentation. We've got to do all that rubbish with the bottles soon. Linda,
wow.
That's what I like. Is a real wine connoisseur can do all that rubbish with the wine. All that rubbish with the bottles.
I know. Although, you probably know it was Widow Clicquot that designed that tilting system to get that
really?
Yes, yeah. Apparently, when we went wine tasting in France quite a few years ago, they talked us through, and various novels I've read as well. Yeah, Widow Clicquot, Veuve Clicquot created that tilting system.
Because the wine's not filtered, so that's why they have a lot of debris in it, and the champagne has to be clear and beautifully clean.
We're going to attempt to do that. We're going to freeze the necks. We're going to attempt to do the second fermentation.
How are you going to freeze the necks? Interesting.
You can get a solution, like a sort of Don't ask me.
Plumbers, plumbers
I didn't
use.
excel at science at school, but hydrogen, whatever, doodah, something you stick it in and it freezes it. So.
You put a colour on it, or spray
so
it on it.
it's something like that. You can get the stuff to do it. So we've got to get the tilting boards though with the holes in.
Wow, amazing!
Why can't you just run it through an old pair of tights?
Well, we've done that bit. Yeah, we've done the old tights.
Is that when you spill it in your lap?
How many bottles do you think we're going to make?
I mean,
Penny, what about?
To be fair, it's my husband is doing, but he reckons 60 bottles we'll get out of it.
Oh,
what about a suggestion? What about taking little film clips or snaps or something? I think it'd be really interesting to see how you get on and what you do.
Yeah.
Really would be interesting.
I've got him up his ladder harvesting them and the photos all the way through so far. So
That would be
we'll
great.
get a little film of it.
Penny, you're saying that you will keep 55 then, right?
Ooh, yeah. Of course, my friends. If it's drinkable, one will be winging its way to you for a wine tasting, definitely.
Fantastic. That'll be a special night.
We won't know till 2022, I think, though. We've worked it out.
We can wait. We can wait. It's an Alabonoit Atoros from North Carolina. Is there a result there yet? No wine for me yet tonight, says Eric. I think, yes, we know why. Malcolm, who was on the last call with me. Hello again, Malcolm. Christina Malcolm from Tavora. Cheers. I imagine you got this fairly easily, Malcolm. How is it for you and Christine tonight? And like Neil said, I'm feeling a bit squiffy. I think my speech has been affected already. Paul,
so bubbles.
And forgive me, you did say how to pronounce your partner's name. I'm going to go with Laisha. And I are with you tonight, but not drinking, although we have a bottle with the green label chilling in the fridge. We'll try it over the weekend and report back to Linda. Please do. I'm sure Linda will be delighted to hear from you. And Chris is asking, what is the price in the UK? How much was it for you, Penny?
Well, it was like a ridiculous sum of money for delivery, but it was... Oh, gosh, I thought I've got the thing here in case anybody asked me that, but I don't know what it was now. I think it was about €7.95.
Yeah, that's about right here.
Yeah.
But about €10 delivery.
Oh dear.
Okay. And pre-Brexit, so it wasn't sitting at the border for 6 months. Okay, and Xander would have cut it with orange juice, mimosa style. I'm going to try that. At the homestead. Our first orange juice. This is from oranges off the tree outside. So I am going to have a little bit of fizz with the orange juice and try that. So good shout.
Your orange is ripe already.
No, it's a little bit sharp, but it feels like it's doing you some good. Puts hairs on your chest. That is so cool, Penny, says Anna, our friend in Switzerland. Looking forward to hearing how it goes. So I think, with what Neil said and what Anna's saying there, a blog would be fantastic. If you're up for that, Penny, feel free to post it in the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club community there. A few pics every now and then, the old tights, whatever.
I try and then all responsibility like blogs and stuff like that. I try and do it.
No, but just a one-off. We could get together for an hour one day together, going through the photos or stuff, and you telling us the story of the progression.
Yes, I could do that. Although I had to give my husband some credit though, because he's done most of the bloody work, apart from planting the grapes, which is my.
But I'm sure you'll help with the drinking.
Yes.
You'll play your part. You'll play your part.
The quality control.
Yeah, totally.
All right. No result in North Carolina. Challenges will take centre stage from what I can tell you. In the interminable business now. And it's pronounced liter, as in litre of wine. That helps me remember. Thank you for that. A really nice drink for a summer's day with canapes. But Chris, Malcolm, are you feeling the festive vibe with this as I am tonight? I think you've brought a party atmosphere by bringing this to us, Linda. Are you on your third glass already?
No, this is my second one.
Okay, nearly at the Koposh threshold there.
Nearly got to the third.
Shall I put the music on?
Yes, we should have a jingle for that moment. Linda, so you're obviously a fan of this, and I can understand why. We've had a good reception here tonight, haven't we, with this? How do you normally drink it? What do you pair it with? What time of day? What's your favourite treatment for this?
I think that for this type of wine, at this time of year, it's a good wine to give your guests as they're coming in through the door, like a sort of to break the ice and get everybody relaxed, because I think it's that type of wine. So you sort of like, you're drinking your champagne, and then when you're ready to sit down and eat, then you move on to something perhaps a little bit different, a red wine or a white wine, depending on the food that you're serving. But I think it's an icebreaker, this type of wine.
Your postman must love you. Yeah. Thank you for the Everton parcel. Here, have a drink. Fantastic. Yeah, I agree. It is. It's just, yeah. It's a mood changer. A very hospitable drink to receive, isn't it, on arrival? And as is, or with the canapes, or anything dunked in it. How do you go about that?
I think orange juice would be nice. I think that a Buck's Fizz would be lovely too. Especially like Christmas morning. Have a nice Buck's Fizz. Yeah, that would be lovely.
Sounds good to me. Oranges off your own trees, of course. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, should we do a little bit of scoring then?
Yes.
Okay.
When we do the scoring on this, do we do scoring based on spumante, or do we do scoring based on a white wine? How is this scoring?
It's a good question. Yeah, and this is what's happened to us, isn't it? This is our 19th tasting, and you could think of it of like, how does it rank in among the 19 wines that we've tasted? Not that we can remember them. How does it rank in its own context? That's a really good question, and we haven't really nailed that. I would say, maybe on its own merits rather than as a comparison.
Yeah,
you can't compare it.
Merits, I think.
Has to be what it is.
Yeah. All right. And
Well,
Terry's joining us. Hello from Washington State. Sadly watching from work. No drinking here at school.
But unusual.
Yeah, what's going on? Teachers normally drink, don't they? But only in the staff room, obviously, not in the classroom. But I'll gladly join when we move to Lagos next summer. We look forward to having you among us, Terry, when that moment occurs. So, yeah, Linda, if you'd like to open the scoring.
Yeah, I like this one. I think I'm going to give it a 4.6.
All right.
Wow.
Get on. Okay. Mr. Austin. Garbo.
I'm going to complicate matters here, right? Because I agree with Frank. Because the bottom line here is I actually hate champagne. Cannot stand it.
Oh.
So once again, it's just the whole taste of the champagne thing. Too dry, too sharp. It just doesn't really do anything for me. But
enough of it.
And here's the but. The best champagne I've probably ever tasted was a Lanson Pink Rosé. And if I use that as my baseline figure for a champagne spumante, right, that being a 5, this for me is going to be a 4.6. But as a wine per se, because I'm not a spumante drinker, a 4. So it's for me. I could probably get quite happily off my tray on this, to be honest. It's a nice little sociable wine. It's changed my mind once again about Portuguese wine. So.
Yeah. All right, superb. So 4.6 is, and the ranking it against other wines, and in terms of personal preference, a 4 from you, Gary. Let's go to Lisbon now.
But I wanted to ask Linda how she would score the green label.
I think I'd probably give the green label a 4.5. I like the taste of this one just a little bit more than the green label, but I still like the green label. I like the taste of that as well, but this one just a little bit more. So 4.5.
I give the green label more. I give mine a 4.7.
Would you?
Yeah, I prefer the green label.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we are scoring we are going to tasting
based on the spumante.
Yeah, of the green label. I really like this. It's nice. It's quite fruity, but not sweet. And On my spumante scale, I think I'm going to say 4.
Okay.
For the first time, we both agree. It's settling very nicely. Like if anyone who's like had good champagne, I really did not expect this from Portuguese, and I actually like champagne. You know, a little bit of gas doesn't do no harm. So
Unless it's under the covers.
Yeah, it's a long-term relationship. You're probably all right.
So this one is actually very good. I'm really impressed by it. I did not expect, once again, Portuguese spumante.
Yeah.
Who knew, right? Like you've passed by this millions of times and we don't know. We never pick it up.
And also when we talk about cava and prosecco.
Yeah, cava, prosecco. If you compare them all, based on that, it's a solid 4.
Yeah.
I really like this product.
And as you can see there, thank you, Frank and Rachel. Awesome to see everyone loving the taste of Portugal. Big hug from New England. Peace out. Great to hear from you, Sintra. A little bit of a break here, and we're going to need your help, I think, Rachel, with this. Medra Cooks is in touch. Vinho Verde é muito bom, principalmente quando bebemos no local onde é produzido no Minho, Portugal. So, what are we saying there? Vinho Verde is actually, I'll leave that to you, Rachel. What is Medra Cooks saying there?
It says Vinho Verde is very good, especially when we have it at the local where it is produced, Minho, Portugal.
Carl, she's very impressed with your Portuguese. Like she was like, as you were saying it, she was smiling. She was like, yeah, he's doing it right.
See, sometimes when people are smiling, they're not impressed, Frank. I get this a lot.
And your accent is much better than mine.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, I am delighted. All right, I might give it another go then. With the second comment, já experimentarei aguardente de Madronio. Well, I think you guys have experimented with that, haven't you?
He bought some aguardentes the other
Yeah,
day.
it's all Neil's fault. He got me hooked on this aguardente.
But not the Madronio
CRNF, and I got another brand. So I wouldn't mind trying the Madronio one. That's another thing to try in Portugal. The
Madronio, what we had the other day.
The aguardente, beautiful.
Well, you remember when you were at my house and we were leaving, and I picked you a Madronio to try. We will do that. We will make our own brew from the strawberry tree. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's, yes, we have experimented, and we understand that it's a fabulous brew, the Madronio-based aguardente. So thank you, Medra Cooks. Great to make your acquaintance tonight. Keep those comments coming as they are. Green wine and rosé wine from. Excuse me, I'm getting a bit of the gas now. Green wine and rosé wine and Porto wine. Lagrima. Is that a brand, Lagrima, or is that some sort of proclamation? I'm not sure. But Medra Cooks, great to have you here with us tonight. Mark Hay, hi from a very wet Tavira. Yes, it is pretty wet and windy around Portugal tonight, has to be said. I'm drinking a Castelo de Borba and a chilled up veggie stew. It's a bit fresh for the Algarve, but we'll get what you're drinking next time the wine night is on. Mark, we would be delighted to have your company. Gareth is here as well. Tonight I'm drinking wine from my Vazdinhos Adega, 5 litres, €4. Get in! That's a Brit speaking. Hola, boa noite from Andrew Warren Love, signing in from the USA and drinking Espumante Vinho Verde. Good shout. Great to have you here, Andrew. Good to see you earlier on. Chris, 4.5. 4.5 from very heavy rain, thunder, and lightning in Tavora. So we may get attacks on the internet with all this stormy weather. But thank you, Chris and Malcolm, from your 4.5. And just finally from the comments, hello from South Carolina, USA. Yikes, what a mess. Wish we could move to Portugal now. We would welcome you with open arms. We can only do that virtually. So raising a glass to you tonight, Susan, to you and yours, and hope that the situation changes soon for you, that, healing and reconciliation, reparation occurs in the US and you can get here ASAP. Let's go to Penny now for a score. great effort, Penny, as to be said, for getting the brew over there in the UK. Well done.
Well done, Penny. Well done.
Thank you, guys. Okay, well, this is quite a difficult one for me because A, I love champagne, B, I love Prosecco, and also I love Cava. This, I think, is complete. It's different. It stands on its own. It's different. I love the appleness of it, the acidity of it. I love the bubbles. They go straight to my head, which is great. I'm all for that. Yeah, I'm going to go actually a 4.8 on this, Linda.
Wow.
Wow.
Shocker. Amazing. Okay.
Yes.
It's 4.8 and another big sip. Very good.
Penny, you just had a fourth glass.
Nice.
Who, Linda or me?
No, I have.
Good for you, Linda. Go on.
I'll be giggling my head off soon.
Way past. Okay, so I think we might go past our usual time just to hear that a little bit later on. And this perhaps could be the adopted brew of the new she shed, which is taking shape, it would appear. This is maybe what they're drinking in the she shed of a Friday night whilst the men in the man cave are doing their thing. I won't put you on the spot now, Penny, with that. Looking forward to trying it. As have to say, we have not yet good Portuguese bubbles yet. I think you're going to love it, Paul. I think you're going to love it. And that's not just the drink speaking. It might be a little bit. Mr. Perkins, we also know him as Alan Tejo. Can we have your score, please?
Firstly, I'd like to say how impressed I am with people from all over. So many people tuning in and participating. Absolutely brilliant. It's really good. As far as the wine goes, changed my opinion from a medium dry now. I think I'm going towards a medium sweet. It seems to have changed on my palate, probably just because I've got used to it. And it's getting a bit sweet for me. It's also, Rita's felt the same. She finds it a bit sweet. Gassy, very gassy. Different to champagne, whereas, as I said before, much, much finer bubbles. Although it's very easy to drink, so I don't dislike it at all. I'm probably going to upset the apple cart here. I'm probably going to go for about a 3.5 tops. I don't dislike it. But it's nice. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just getting to be a little bit sweet for me, and it's really gassy for me. So I'm probably going to be burping all night.
If you think this is gassy, you want to sit with my stuff?
It's going down okay. And I probably won't remember anything I've said in the morning because champagne has really bad effect on me that I just lose my memory. Honestly, I'm not allowed to drink it.
Oh, this is perfect for Rita, I think. Rita's taking this in. You definitely said I could put the tree up, Neil.
Laughing ahead.
You definitely said that.
She's going to encourage me to drink the rest of the bottle.
Rita, we heard it too. So you get the tree up. He definitely said that. So
nothing wrong with it. It's fine. I'm just finding it as the more I'm drinking, the sweeter it seems to be getting, and it's really gassy. Really gassy. So nice enough in itself, but I've had probably something that suits me a bit better. But yeah, 3.5. I think that's good. I've given a lot worse in the past.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's praise for you. That's faint praise from Mr. Perkins there in the Alan Tejo tonight. So thank you, Neil, for that. I think we have got to measure the scores. If I could say a little bit about it now, I'm delighted to have a change from red wine. Not just because I've been drinking loads of it, Neil, but this is a really lovely mood lifter. And you know how often my scoring is to do with the sense of experience you might share with other people who are visiting, who you want to show a good side of Portugal to. And I love that. I love, you guys, many of you have visited the town where I live. I love to share Portugal with you and share a positive and nice experience of Portugal. And I think this would come into that. Get this from the supermarket, have it chilled, have it ready for when people arrive, just as you do, Linda, and say, check this out. This is what we do in Portugal in terms of espumante, and tell them a little bit about the process, a little bit about the place, and it gets the party started, doesn't it? You know, those, everyone's got a friend, haven't they, who who uses booze immediately on arrival and just to change the mood of a gathering. This is that brew, isn't it, for that person to have in the fridge and change the atmosphere of any occasion to an upbeat, raise it a couple of octaves, lift the spirit, lift the mood, bring this out for that, and you're having a great experience of Portugal at the same time. On that basis, I'm thinking I'm going to go for 4.5. I like it. We could compare it, couldn't we, with the red fizz we had, which is yeah.
Oh, Carl! How quickly that goal went down.
Exactly.
Well, Carl, they do a red one, a red fizz, right? So I'm going to be brave enough to try it to see if it's any different.
We should go there.
Yeah, don't spoil things. Don't spoil things.
But this is also the I think one of those. I know, maybe let me put this to you, ladies. I'm thinking this might be a bachelor wine. You know the bachelor fridge that's only got a bottle of fizz in it, and I don't know, an old mouldy apple or something like that. Would this go in there in that position? Would you be impressed if this was whipped out on arrival?
There are worse things that could be whipped out on arrival.
All right, just checking. Lauren, yes, the ratings are out of 5, 1 to 5, and yeah, it's pretty much, well, on average, I think we're looking at a 4.3, aren't we? Here with Neil pulling it down a little bit, but I think we are looking at a
what I'm known for.
Yeah. Sorry, first time here. So, Lauren, not at all. Lauren, we do our best, and we've actually got our act together a bit better now. So we are getting ahead of ourselves and naming the wines a bit more in advance. So if you can join us, as Lisa does over in the States sometimes, and others, do please join us for one of these. It would be great to have your company. Eric, great presentation, Linda, and a cool-looking hat, Frank. We've all been marked.
Well done, Mrs. A.
Well done, Linda.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, Linda. There was absolutely no need for you to be nervous. It's been brilliant with your inaugural presentation and sharing tonight. Marks out of 5 for Frank's hat as well, people who are watching.
I wish I'd known it was a hat evening.
And
A hat
his hat collection, it's always still in Canada.
Oh, really? How many hats, Frank?
Frank, hat.
Yeah, it'll be like an entire suitcase full of hats.
I have 10. Can you beat 10?
Oh, Penny has some very nice hats.
Yeah, I can beat 10. Penny.
Damn, I'll be wearing your hat soon, Frank.
Frank, have you got one of those felt caps? I don't know what the style is. The older. The one that's like a cap that the older Portuguese gentleman wears, the rustic one. Have you got one of those?
Yes, I think I do.
Good.
I've got one of those. I've got one of those ones I actually got in Italy, where the old Italian guys wear on Sunday mornings to go to church.
Penny's
husband's going out. He's got a hat on.
It's lashing down there, perhaps. They do have the red fizz in the Continente, Gary. So yes, it's up on the shelves alongside these fine gold and green labels. And this is a good idea. This and smoked salmon.
Oh yeah.
That takes us back to Christmas morning, doesn't it? Christmas morning, a Bucks Fizz, or maybe this neat and some smoked salmon on. It
would go well with foie gras, because I'm finding it quite sweet now. So with the foie gras, it was very rich. Probably go okay.
You are such a lush.
Well, no, vegetarian foie gras, obviously.
Right. What is that?
It's a carrot stuffed up its own arse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, great job, Linda.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
To the ab-fab selection that is the Tavora-Varosa Terras Do Demos. What does that mean, Terras Do Demos? Does that mean like the land of two halves or something like that, like a football game?
I can't remember actually what it said, but it means something like that. Yes.
No, it means don't drink this wine because it'll get off your face.
Really? Clearly.
Land of the demo that never made it onto the record.
Yes. Yes. Okay, we could go with that as well. But we are still waiting for an official translation whilst that's occurring. Fezzes are cool, and so a bit more hat talk. Have you ever rocked that look, Frank? A fez and a bow tie together?
No, that would look a bit creepy.
Yeah, I don't have you down as a fez guy.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it is for a particular shape of face, isn't it? That I couldn't rock a fez.
Yeah, no, it's the fez hat with the thing hanging. Yeah, when I went to Morocco, I saw that. You know what the thing with that thing is? The flying the flying string thingy. It keeps on hitting other people's faces. At least it hit mine as the guy was serving me coffee.
And just sort of distracting you. It might be a rude thought. Or a challenge. It might be a challenge to your masculinity to be whacked in the face by someone's faz.
Nothing will challenge my masculinity, but the thing is that one will challenge my sense of humor.
You see, I think Neil could get away with a fez.
Yes, Neil has a fez hat.
Not like that. Just like that. I walked into the bar. It was an iron bar.
I shut my eyes for a moment there, and I thought you was here. That was incredible. Yes, super presentation, Linda, says Anna in Switzerland. Fantastic. Maria's here. Hello, the land of the devil. That's the territory of Vizier. Oh dear, that's a diplomatic can of worms now opened. Oh crikey. Okay, I'm not sure what to say about that. That's not, we don't go there, do we? As expats, we couldn't possibly comment on that.
Terras do Demo means the land of the devil.
Oh, I see.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Demo is devil.
Yeah.
It's in that. It's in the title.
Oh.
Wow.
Thank you, Maria.
I thought Maria was just Okay. A Doctor Who reference. Sorry. No need to apologise, Xander. For Brits, the fez is synonymous with a comedian who graced the stages of British comedy and variety shows from 1960s, 70s, and he died on stage, which was a remarkable thing with Tommy Cooper, wasn't it? He actually
several times.
I missed that.
But it's what he would have wanted, I guess, is what his agent and his family would have said. But yeah, ultimately, he passed away. I saw it live on TV.
Yeah, I remember it.
Really?
Yeah, do you remember it, Gareth?
I do, yeah.
And because he was a sort of knockabout slapstick comedian, and he had his fez on, and he had a strange way of talking, which Neil just modelled. I don't mean Neil normally talks like that. I mean, what I mean is Neil did an impersonation of Tommy Cooper, and Tommy Cooper's there. I think it was a variety performance, wasn't it? And he looked all sweaty, and he was staggering about a bit, and then nobody knew if he was larking about or not. And I think
he used to anyway, didn't he?
Exactly, and it could have been one of his gags, couldn't it? But eventually, everyone thought, "Hold on a minute, this has gone on too long," and they put the safety curtain down or whatever, or drew the curtains on the stage. I think the show went on, typically showbiz stuff. But what a night that was!
He was a huge man, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was a great big guy, and I think a bit like how we say every time we lose these legends, one of a kind, never to be seen again. There aren't comics.
He was unique. I mean, let's face it, there isn't. But he was pretty. I mean, he was the funniest guy because he wasn't funny, sort of thing in a way. He made something not funny. Yeah, basically, he was extremely unique, wasn't he?
But he was funny because he was a magician, but not a magician.
What it was like. Who was it? The two Ronnies that always played the piano out of tune, couldn't sing, and everything else. And it was funny because it was not funny, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
absolutely. And apparently he was funny off stage as well. If he got a taxi, he carried tea bags with him, and he would just hold his hand out to the driver and say, "Here, have a drink," and give him a tea bag. As he was leaving a taxi cab.
There's a case of chronic depressive.
Say that again.
He was a chronic depressive. He was depressed all the time. And most of the comedians,
so many are,
yeah. What was his other one? It was the other joke was
behind he cries, I know.
I bet on a horse, 10-1, he said. Came in at 2:05.
Hey! Actually, let me look up some Tommy Cooper gags. We'll share a couple of those before we go, because I think, when you type in Tommy Cooper into the search bar, it comes up Tommy Cooper dies on stage. I mean, what sort of sick people watch that on YouTube? Anyway, his 25 funniest jokes. That I'm sure is one of them, Gary, that you just mentioned there. Actually, so that you can see it.
By chance?
Say that again.
Bit of gas.
Sorry, yeah, beg your pardon. I was hoping you wouldn't notice that, or at least not draw attention to it.
At least it was the only time he died on stage.
Oh no! I've gone to the Telegraph for his funniest jokes, and there's a paywall there. How annoying is that? Let's have a look somewhere else. Okay, 30 Tommy Cooper jokes. I won't do all of them, don't worry. But here we go. One or two of them, if you'll permit this. One day, I'm not doing it in his style because that would be wrong. One day, a waiter fell sick and was rushed to hospital. He was lying on the table in great pain. When a doctor passed by the waiter, he said, "Hey, doctor, could you do something for my pain?" The doctor said, "I'm sorry, this isn't my table." I don't think that's one of his best. We're trying to pick him up.
Let's put it that way.
As my father used to say, never cry over spilt milk. It could have been whiskey. It's got to be in his style. My shoes are killing me. My shoes are killing me. They're so tight. My big toe and little toe are now going steady. Okay. So
I think you need to do the impression, Carl, really, to make it work. Come on.
Yeah.
Bit more effort.
No, I'm not going to. No, I'm going to say to Xander.
Do it with a Donald Trump impression while you can.
No, because then Gary will say that's just Jimmy Cagney. That's Jimmy Cagney doing a Tommy Cooper joke.
Don't get the fake tan.
It'll all go horribly wrong. I'll try a Tommy Cooper. I'll try Tommy Cooper. I'm just going to find one of his better jokes.
His funniest one for me was the trick.
These are not good.
The bottles were on the table, and there was a bottle inside the bottle, and in the end, the whole table was full of bottles. Frank, I'll send it to you so you can see it, right? Because it's obviously something you've not seen, but it's bloody brilliant. It really is. It's good. It's funny as hell.
Because look, reading these, they are so old-fashioned and not funny. It's really bizarre, and that's the thing. You have to see it in context.
Yeah,
you have to see the act. You really do. Yeah, Tommy.
You have to see Tommy Cooper doing it.
He was one of a kind, wasn't he? Really?
Yeah.
That's the look on his face. It's the whole expression as he delivers.
Can I Google a picture of him? Yeah, absolutely.
A clip of it doing something.
Okay, let's see.
Just for those that don't know him.
Let me just put a picture of him up so we don't breach any sort of copyright stuff. And there is a joke here to go with this, which hopefully is funnier than some. Actually, no, that's too small to show you. This is a diversion I wasn't expecting tonight, but I'm glad to be doing it. Here he is on screen now. Let me just share this with you. Tommy Cooper jokes. Here we go. Let's try this. Can you see that?
No. Yeah.
Not yet. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can see that. So Tommy Cooper is the name, and so you know, and there is, that was his face. How long will a spaghetti be? The waiter said, "I don't know. We never measured it." Ah.
see, all of a sudden it works.
You're very kind. I'm here all week. Okay.
That wasn't a joke. It was just your impression was funny.
Yes, thank you. All right, so there we go. The little Tommy Cooper.
I think you Brits need to work hard on your humor.
No, I think that was brilliant, Carl. That was absolutely spot on.
That was actually really good, Carl.
You're very kind. You've been amazing. What a lovely audience you've been. Thank you. Good night. Okay, Linda. Really, the accolade is with you tonight. Great job tonight. Is there a parting comment or anything further you'd like to say about this wine or this experience tonight, or even Tommy Cooper?
Well, I had 4 glasses.
Hey!
So I think it's wonderful.
Hang on a minute. I've got to go now.
Party time. Party time.
Marvelous. So the Christmas tree might be going up in your house tonight. Boom, boom. Hey.
That was funny.
Okay.
Got a Morecambe Wise there coming in. Hey.
Okay. Anyone else want to say anything before we end our broadcast this evening and go to the lock-in?
Well, just thank you, Linda. It's been great.
Brilliant.
I've really enjoyed my bubbles.
Thank you, Linda. And thank you for the listeners this evening from all around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, Linda, how you can make your bottle become 4 glasses, because
They're
Frank
empty.
keeps drinking it.
Look, here's a very good question. What is the choice for next week? Who's on next week? Because we do have a rota now. And
Rachel last time.
Yeah,
In the Rachel household, it was Rachel last time. So Frank the Hat, don't be bowing out.
Frank, can you?
I was thinking of either a vinho verde or Douro red. I still don't know.
All right, so we don't know the answer to that yet, Anna, but we might be going towards Adura and we may be going red.
Or vinho verde.
I'm very likely we'll send it out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
try.
try to send it out tomorrow.
It's too cold for cold white wine.
Oh, fight. It's up to Rachel and Frank. It's up to Rachel and Frank. They will let us know in the next couple of days. There's another Austin here tonight. Dale, hello. Dale, great to have you with us tonight. What's the best wine for pasta? I think we're going to put that question to Penny because she's Italian, don't you know?
An Italian wine, of course.
Okay, there you go. Anything white and Italian, I think.
Yeah.
Can you ever drink red with pasta?
Yes.
Yeah.
With a tomato-based sauce.
Of course. So the bolognese.
Bolognese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half the bottle of wine in the sauce, and then the other half you quaff.
Okay. All right. So the creamier, lighter ones, you want a white wine, Dale, for the tomato or tomato, as we say. You would go for a red wine with that. I hope that helps, Dale. Thank you for joining us tonight. And Jay is tuned in saying Tommy Cooper was born in Caerphilly, which is a place in Wales and the name of a cheese, of course. You know, somebody actually complimented me on my driving today. They left a little note on the windscreen. It said, "Parking fine." Hey! Police arrested. Police arrested 2 kids yesterday. One was drinking battery acid, the other was eating fireworks. They charged one and let the other one off.
How strange is that? I heard that joke about 2 days ago. I've never heard for years and years, twice in like a couple of days. Amazing.
You should stand by for a third occurrence. These things happen in threes, so watch out for that. Linda, thank you so much.
Okay, my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. As Linda said, it's so wonderful to have so many comments from around the world. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Good luck over there in the States, and we'll see you in the morning and tomorrow night for the Expat Man Cave. Ciao.